of course,
I would too. And then I'd smack him in the face
one more time. Of course, a couple of the kids get out, and just as she's about to do it, Michonne tried to stop her, and even Rick went to Michonne and said, "No, like, no, you can't. Like, you can't.
I was glad of that.
Can't interfere with this. Like, this is what needs to be done.
You two are not mother and father over all groups. Like, you cannot do that because you undermine the authority.
Which is interesting because here it is Rick who saved Negan's life, and here he is interfering with his wife or his partner to not interfere with somebody else when they're making that decision. So there's a lot of layers going on here.
Oh yeah.
But again, I like the way things are being. I like the setup of the way that things are now. I think it was well written. I think Nicotero directed this one. Again, I think it was well directed. For it being such a character driven episode, it was nice to see Nicotero directing that kind of an episode, because usually he ends up getting the crazy zombie sequence or some kind of big action or big centerpiece thing that with a big special effects thing that they challenge him with. So for him to get to do the premiere high profile assignment, and then for it to be such a character driven episode, I think again shows the strength that they're and the confidence they're willing to give in him to take a more active part in the show. So I dug it. So Aaron couldn't be here tonight, but he did email us with some thoughts.
Shall I read them?
Please do.
You shall.
You can have a glass of water since you've been enjoying this whole time.
I will take a sip.
Have some liquid refreshment, my friend.
So.
Aaron wrote in, "Hey guys, hey Aaron. Sorry I couldn't make it today, but I had to take a trip to the moon. That's his nice way of saying he saw an advanced showing of the movie First Man with Ryan Gosling about Neil Armstrong. I like the season premiere episode, didn't love it, but it's a good enough setup. Felt like a pretty standard premiere as far as starting off with a big zombie set piece and then moving on to reestablish everything. That said, I like the potential for the season as far as problems arising out of the pieces formed between the communities. I also enjoy seeing characters actually interact in meaningful ways that don't rely on restating the series thesis over and over. Actors acting is a good thing, and looking at our reviews earning that pay raise with all these seasons of dialogue. Also, while I'm a big Xander Berkeley fan, I'm happy to see his character come to a fitting end. He'll be missed by me, but at least he didn't overstay his welcome. With all that in mind, here's hoping it all amounts to a solid season. 3.5 busters. P.S. They mentioned a big storm that took place. Do you think it's the same storm that we saw in Fear the Walking Dead? Could be.
I thought about that.
If it was a big storm system, I mean, it'd be an interesting way to keep them, timeline fresh in everyone's mind. If it was a storm, you keep it current. So that's what Aaron thought about it. What do you guys think about it?
I'll go first. I give this episode 4.5 busters. I think I kind of jotted enough about the things I like, but I like the setup. I like where it's going. I like the focus that we got on the characters. I like the individual moments we got. And again, I like to see that we're moving away from what we've kind of seen before, and we're kind of getting a taste of how they're rebuilding this world manually. How they're having to really kind of rebuild society. So I'm really excited. I'm a lot more energized about the show than I think I have been in quite some time. And I think maybe a solid lead in from Fear has maybe helped that. I think given that it had such a good season, especially a pretty strong back half of that season, I think it's kind of gave me some momentum into this premiere.
Mr. Darryl?
I like it.
Okay, great.
I really had fun time. I really enjoyed where everyone is this season already. Like I enjoy where the arguments that are involved in this whole thing. I enjoyed the sides that were taken. I really enjoyed Gregory dying because he's a great actor. He's great. That's why he makes me so mad. And I want him to be killed because he is so evil. He's so good at being evil that you want him out of it. You just want him to get his comeuppance, eventually. I like the strong stance that Maggie has. It makes sense for her to feel the way that she feels. I love how Rick is stuck trying to make these decisions, and you can feel that he's like 1 foot out the door. Trying to get out of this whole thing, and you can almost hear him say, I'm too old for this shit. I gotta go rest. I'm about to retire, or something. The Carol stuff, Carol and Darryl, the conversation was great. Like I love to see them interact with each other, and I like how they check in with each other. Right? They do that. It is like a family thing. It is like a sibling thing where when you're friends with someone and close with them like that, you just check in. You don't have to explain everything, but you just check in to see that they're okay. And that's it. That's all you need, and they understand you when you by your responses. They get you. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Like I'm glad I don't feel like I can see everything that's going to occur already. So I'm looking forward to seeing the alliances and the broken friendships that are probably going to come with this as it gets worse. And the Saviors need to get a job. They've just been sitting around being lazy. They need to get a job for real. It's time. They need to put in work. Get it going. Make it happen. Rick.
Get your shit together.
Get your shit together. Rick need to come in there and be like, get your shit together. You definitely. Yeah. All that sitting around waiting for them to come bring them stuff. No, that's not happening no more. That needs to stop.
So what'd you give it?
Well, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I give it a 4.25. I thought it was a good setup. Set a nice tone for the coming season and what we have to look forward to. Again, after all the darkness and just depression and everything from what we said in season 8, this was refreshing, and it was I thought it was a good way to kick it off with a new showrunner and some new ideas and some new plots going on here and back and forth. And I too am very happy to get rid of Gregory. So 4.25 for me. Who cares what we think, guys? Nobody.
I forgot to put my in there too. I just want to I give 4.25 too. Okay.
Okay. Copycat. Anyway, we have an awesome Facebook group who love to chime in and let us know. If you would like to join the Facebook group, it's called the Walking Dead TV Podcast Facebook group. Just sign up and we will get you on there. We will show you through. And you too can drop your reviews of the episodes of The Walking Dead as they come out, like these fine people. We're going to start off this week with Charlie Messing. 3 out of 5 busters. It was just a mass season opener. It was clearly just an episode to show us where everyone is instead of the future, with an assassination attempt followed by an old-fashioned midnight hanging. I enjoyed parts of it, but didn't think it needed to be as long as it was. Johnny Storr came in 5. We're together again out of 5. I love this opening of the season. Love they didn't drag out Gregory BS out and got it over with. Looking forward to this season to see the show really just change in a better way. I wish they checked out the White House while in DC, but besides that, it was great. Why do they need Cheetos and old Big Macs? I mean, I don't know why they go there. Jeanette Hendrick kept it short and sweet. Yep, 4.5. Okay, Jeanette, we got you. Mike Jones, 3 tipped over babies out of 5. Really wordy and very little punch. I don't care for Maggie and her attitude following the time jump. The same for Daryl. Just seemed like a bunch of depressed people about to turn on their friend. DeRay Irvin running 5 famous Rick Grimes out of 5. I was pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed the episode. The extra spooky Spider Walker, the Sadiq encounter was perfectly creepy. I thought Lauren Cohen was excellent at portraying a person dealing with emotional pain, pretending and pushing onward. I am, however, disappointed they never actually made an attempt to show her pregnancy further, and it feels like an afterthought now that they're choosing to ignore. I like the Rick and Daryl talks, and I can't wait to see more of the developments in the new world. P.S. Gregory was the worst, and I'm glad to see him hang. However, the actor Xander Berkeley is amazing and did a wonderful job of making me hate Gregory. What's interesting, DeRay says that because I thought Maggie was pregnant like forever. It seemed like,
yeah, she did.
To me anyway, like in Showtime, it just seemed like as I was watching, she was pregnant for a long, long time. So, Katie Levesque writes in 4 out of 5 cracks in the glass. Great to see all them working together in the beginning, and the zombies are getting a little creepy. And wow, great crazy attempted Maggie assassinations, and I'm glad Creepy Joe's backstabbing Gregory is now gone. He has been trying to get rid of Maggie several times since Maggie came to Hilltop. The problem with Rick is he is not hearing what Daryl is telling him, and of course it will lead to troubles ahead.
Yeah, I told him.
Carol is going to have her hands full with the Saviors. Looking forward to seeing what other things will be happening moving forward with Angela at the helm. Keep up the great conversations on the podcast, guys. Well, thank you, Katie. We intend to. Susan Monk, 3 togethers out of 5, +1 for quickly dispensing with Gregory. What happened? To Ezekiel should be proof enough that short hair is the way to go in the zombie apocalypse, even if you have skills. On Talking Dead, they've been saying it's about 18 months since Negan was captured. Do you think the settlements would have come to some formal agreements in place by now? Since the former Saviors can't contribute from the factory, why haven't they been moved out of locations? Democracy tangent. Make sure you register to vote and then vote on election day. Good advice, system. Brent Jones, 3.5 ride with Daryl Dixon's out of 5. I wish I at least mentioned a significant amount of time had passed. My wife isn't as plugged into The Walking Dead, so I keep explaining there been about 18 months since the finale. Interesting that Daryl chose Hilltop over Alexandria. I love that they went into DC all these years of The Walking Dead. No one thought of raiding museums for stuff. Brilliant. Mary Terpecchia, 4 fancy snores out of 5. Last night combined 2 elements had to work for Walking Dead. Good zombie action and decent dialogue. Was it perfect? Nope. But it did something that surprised me that hasn't happened in a long time. Once Gregory got into his dastardly plotting, I figured it would drag on for several episodes. Boy, was I wrong. Glad to see the character go, but I will miss the fine acting. Okay, everybody settle in. Yukiyoshi Sawada writes in. Take some beverage here. 4 ditch weasels out of 5. 1. Okay, let's talk about the opening sequence. Beautiful imagery. It was like looking at a drawing by Judith depicting the world she's growing up in. 2. I don't want to be that guy, but why are the Virginia 4 and most of their seconds in command going on a supply run? I get we're all equal, but the king doesn't go on a quest for the kingdom when he could get killed out there, right? It's the Kirk defense, dude. It's the same reason Captain Kirk is, and everyone else making officers without skill from inside. 3. More great imagery with the Pine Locker Walker. I smell what you're stepping in, show. 4. We should all take a page from Lee's book. Keep that hair short. Looking at you, Ezekiel. Prove my point for number 1. 5. Side, Ken, you were a good man. The effort you put in serving the Hilltop humanity, I didn't notice it. For that, you shall not turn. Council Rose would give you mercy. 6. Now Gregory can remember names, and also like him take 2 person's grief and make it work for him. 7. Justice. For what, Earl? Ken volunteered knowing the risk. He wasn't killed by a rival group. It was a walker, and he died saving the horse. No one to justify this from. 8. Really, Gregory, you're going to attack her in town so openly while she's strolling her baby? You couldn't even do it yourself. Here's a tip. If you're going to try to kill someone, make sure you know how to use that knife. You were sloppy handling using it. Oh, and don't go after warfighters. Time's up. 9. This is wrong? Nah, man. The chances Maggie gave you were wrong. This is a long time coming. Honestly, the hanging is too good for you. Gregory, we give you no mercy. Kampai. And, oh, wait, we got more. I missed last week's, but I must be heard. I'll keep it short, or my version short. Please imagine this in J. Jonah Jameson's voice. It's the mini Yukis. 2. Help your friends out, man, out of 5. 1. We're back to everyone again, saving everyone again, Morgan? Come on, how many times do you need to learn this lesson, old man? 2. You know what? Martha's right. You, Morgan, are weak. Weak in knowing when not to kill, and when to kill, save your friends. You are weak. Jeez. 3. What, Morgan's a leader? No, he's a bad leader. When it comes time for confrontation, it will. He won't fight. Rick Grimes, Lee Everett, Clementine, even Javier Garcia are good leaders. Why? Because they can make those tough calls, whether to kill or not. I vote Alice leader with John a second. Kampai. Roger Austin writes at 4 spider-infested walkers out of 5. Good start to the famous Rick Grimes final season. Very creepy-looking walkers with spider skull and cabinet fingers being the standouts. With Maggie and Daryl expressing their displeasure about the state of things to Rick, he and Michonne should be prepared for a blindside. Seeing which side the other main characters align with should be interesting. Richard Chopper Cherry Charrington, the Marathon Man, 3.5. My comment is further down the page of the parent show, but feedback out of 5. Yeah, more work for me too, Richard. Good start to the season. So glad Gregory has gone. Special effects look great, especially the Spider Walker. I thought the deal Lucian scene with Father Gabriel was very clever. Made me chuckle. Looking forward to next week. Rob Cook, 3.5. Tiny Ancient Canoes out of 5. A pretty quiet start to season 9. Quite enjoyed the museum escapade and the ascent of man. Sight gag was cool. Great to see Jerry back. Recently, Norman Reedus has written into his contract. He gets to ride his bike in every season. Hilltop doesn't look like a bundle of fun to live in. Poor old Gregory. This was clearly a scene setter, and mostly this will ramp up next week. But after Fear, I can't help thinking that the parent show needs to up its game. That's true, man. Brian Doe, 3 hanging Gregory's out of 5. Love the museum scenes. Some really cool use of walkers there. And the Ezekiel close call scared me. The de-evolution joke was pretty funny. Didn't like the scene where Gregory attacked Maggie. Felt like a soap opera. When Gregory was sentenced to death, I was a little shocked that Jesus didn't speak up. I wonder if he's changed his stance with his time jump. I can't wait for the podcast. Well, thanks, Brian. And finally, Robert Niagara walks in with 3 elaborate set pieces out of 5. This is only a marginally better episode than the last 2 seasons, and I expected much, much more than that. Sorry to see Gregory go. Nice to see Brett Butler's cameo. Didn't even recognize Jadis, whatever her real name is, until later. Daryl has so many lines suddenly, and so many wise insights. I thought they were going to kill him off. Loved the museum scenes and the details on how the world is becoming more decrepit, vines and decay and such. And Daryl riding his bike down the road almost choked closed by vegetation. Loved far less the glass floor that inexplicably broke under a wagon wheel, although when it was built, it was surely ready to support the weight of at least a car. Ezekiel really ought to have died there, but of course we couldn't have gotten an actual dose of reality. Since the rope that hauled them up shredded against the jagged glass as it wasn't manila or sisal as it appeared to be, but apparently magically steel wire. And Maggie's really mean now, despite the fact she still finds clean skinny jeans that fit her perfectly. I mean, I recognize that, but yeah, I guess it's the one thing that survives the apocalypse, clean skinny jeans.
That's right.
And as I mentioned, the Walking Dead TV podcast is the name of the Facebook group. If you'd like to join our gang of miscreants and survivors who'd like to chime in with their thoughts of every episode, by all means do so. We'd love to have you. Just sign up and we'll let you in. And thanks everyone who contributed reviews this week. I'm going to drink water.
I'll do our sponsorship. Rest his pipes from all the reviews. So thanks, everybody. We just want to thank DCBService.com, Discount Comic Book Service, for their sponsorship of the Walking Dead TV podcast, as well as their sister site, In Stock Trades. As we record this, it is the 10th of the month. The October solicits are out, so head on over to DCBService.com. Check out all the cool new stuff. You'll find fantastic discounts on everything there, 20, 30, 40, 50, sometimes 70% off on pre-ordered comics and trades at DCB Service. I prefer the Excel order sheet. I just download it, fill out all my numbers, get my total at the bottom, make sure that it's not going to blow my budget, which it never does, and then upload that to the fine folks over there and wait for the goodness to arrive a couple months down the road. Also head over to In-Stock Trades. There's all kinds of sales going on over there. In addition to the regular discount, there's some they have like a dent and ding sale going on over there for some stuff that they have where I've not partaken in any of those, but I've heard from many people that what they call quote damaged goods are extremely minor blemishes that people are able to pick up stuff for even more crazy discounts on stuff. So if you're not a crazy wacko like I am and have everything pristine, it's another way to even save even more money over at In-Stock Trades. So check them out. We thank them for their sponsorship of this podcast. Continuing on all these years now.
Until next week, there's no more room in hell and the dead walk the earth. Remember, hang 'em high.
Good show. All right, thanks everybody for listening. Sorry, this week was a little late, but we will be back hopefully to our regular time next week when the plagues have stopped hitting everybody.
Yeah.
Some of these folks.
Daryl at the New York Con Crud, and I guess Rich has got this the cyber flu again, and Aaron broke out in a horrible rash of new movie premieres. So, but yeah, like you said, next week we'll have a full crew and everybody will be back up to 100%. We're all excited about the new season, and it seems like a lot of you are too. So absolutely, if you want to check out Daryl and Russ, they're together on Gotham by Geeks on the Taylor Network. They're also together on It's All Connected, talking about Marvel TV over there on HWLD.com. Right, correct. Or you go to Taylor Network Podcast and get a whole spectrum of podcasting goodness that Mr. Taylor is a part of, including Culture Trapping and the Doctor Who podcast I don't listen to because I don't watch Doctor Who, and Go Track Yourself and No Apologies and Nothing's On, which I do with Daryl and Donnie every week. We just broke down all the new premieres of the season, the fall TV season, or most of them, good vast majority at least. So if you want to check out what's good and what's not, what's popping and what's not on the new TV front, by all means, check that podcast out over at TaylorNetworkPodcast.com. Spoiler alert, I didn't like Tomatoes. And if you're into live D&D play podcasts that have cool soundtracks and sound effects and stuff into them, then by all means go over to oldmagicgaming.com. We're doing a fundraiser on November 10th for the Extra Life Initiative. It's a network, the Children's Miracle Network of hospitals for children. And basically, we're going to be raising money to help out kids who are ill or injured or otherwise in need of hospital care. You pledge money to us like a telethon, and we're going to play for 6 straight hours. We're going to play some D&D and raise money for kids. Extralife.org or oldmagicgaming.com. You can find more information about that, and you'll be seeing a lot more promotion for that in the coming weeks.
Cool. All right.
Oh, one more thing I want to shout out. I'm sorry. Next Wednesday at Fan of the Attic in Pittsburgh. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, Fan of the Attic is the best comic shop around. I'm sorry, they've been Eisner nominated like 3 times. Not taking anything away from Pathetic or any of the other great comic shops, but Fan of the Attic is a Cadillac of the group. They're having Walking Dead next Wednesday, to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Walking Dead. And they're going to have giveaways and prizes and zombie walk and all kinds of stuff. So if you're into zombies and you're into the comic and you want to check it out, by all means, go ahead over there and do that.
Cool.
That was not a paid solicitation. They're just very cool people.
Excellent. All right, thanks everybody for listening, and we will catch you next week on the Walking Dead TV podcast.
But Gregory's dead, so that's good.
He deserved to die, and I hope he burns in hell.
On the plus side.
Johnny's going to shut it out, right? He's not even feeling well.
Yeah, so it's just the three of us master podcasters.
All right. I can get it done.
We are the masters of our craft.
Yep.
You can get it done.
I almost got in a fight with 3 teenagers at the
theater. Whoa.
Toughies.
So I go on Friday night, just kind of on a whim. I just went, and so I started at the Cinemark, the XD theater, and so I just show up, I get a ticket, I'm sitting on the end, I get my popcorn and stuff. I sit down, credit the trailer start, and then these 3 kids come sit down, and they're just like on their phones, and they're bouncing around, and they're acting like a bunch of offs, and I'm like, okay, it's just the trailers. I'm not going to be that, the old man shaking his fist. I'll just, it's fine, whatever. And then the movie starts, and they don't knock it off, and it's like 10 minutes into the movie, and I look at them, I'm like, finally, I looked at them, I said, guys, enough. All right, anyway, our Venom review's over. Okay, let's get.
I still like to have fun, Daryl. Unlike other people I know, just want to sit and cry at your TV all the time.
I get to have fun when Sean Gunn or when James Gunn directs.
That's when I was. You know what? Now it's like you're supposed to like Suicide Squad now. I see the reversals online. Now you're supposed to like Suicide Squad now.